this is your first time, I hope you'll stay. Espero que te quedes. Now, this video was a request from a student who has an exam this week. And so, Jason, I hope you will find this useful. Now, you have a writing, and so I'm going to give you a few phrases that might help you in the exam, and also appropriate words for the question, why is family important? I was going to say that with Spanish accent then. Okay, why is it important to spend time with family? ¿Por qué es importante pasar tiempo con la familia? So, what I'm going to do for you today is this. I'm going to get you thinking how you're going to approach this piece of writing. Now, as you know, when you're writing, you have to think about the shape, the form. What does it look like? Think of the sandwich. You're going to start strong, end strong, and make sure you have a lot of good substance in the middle. So you're going to have your intro, your body with your main points. Maybe you want to argue or point out 3 main points. So you talk about those 3 points, but for each point, you're going to make sure you explain and expand and give evidence for that. Okay, and then obviously you will end with a nice conclusion, which is basically saying everything that you've said in the body, but using some synonyms, some different words, so it doesn't sound so repetitive. Okay, now I haven't got all the vocab to do with family here because I've done several videos regarding family. So you can go back and look for adjectives on that, family members, and so on. There's a beep. Every time I start doing the video, someone starts to make noise. Workmen, I'm sure. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is that I've given you some connectives, because when you're writing, connectives are key, because what you don't want is for your work to sound like you've just asked a teacher on YouTube to give you some tips and they've just given you loads of sentences and you've just chucked them together. You're going to think of how you can make it flow and sound like a nice, well-written piece. Okay, so it doesn't sound so choppy. Okay, you want it to flow, and so that's where your connectives come in. Okay, right. I've also got your verbs, verbs that I think are essential for this question. Why is it important? Well, this is relative, but I think it's also common sense, isn't it? These 10 words, or 14 words rather, will get you thinking about what family means. Why is it important to spend time with them? So I'm going to go over the verbs with you quickly. The first verb I have is inculcar, and I love this word. I love the way it sounds, and so I use it a lot. Inculcar, which means to instill. You know, your family instills value in you. And if you don't want to repeat that, because as I said, you need to have synonyms as well. You don't want to keep repeating the same things. So if you mention inculcar in the body of the text, maybe you want to write, you want to substitute educar, which is to educate, in the summary. Just giving you ideas. So inculcar, to instill. So that's what your family does. Instill values. Or they educate you. Educar. Okay, so instill or to educate. I'm not even going to put that there because you can tell that's what it is. Educar, to educate. Okay? This you will know, these two. Aprender, which is to learn, or enseñar. Tu familia te enseña muchas cosas. Tu familia te enseña muchas cosas. So your family teaches you many things. And aprendes. Cuando pasas tiempo, when you spend time, cuando pasas tiempo con tu familia, aprendes. You learn. Aprendes. Aprendes. Okay, so when you spend time with your family, you learn. You learn. You learn what your family teaches you. Okay, aprendes lo que te enseña tu familia. Okay, these are 2 lovely verbs. Okay, compartir. pasar tiempo con tu familia te enseña a compartir. Spending time with your family teaches you to share. Compartir, to share. It teaches you to share. And this is very important, not just at home, but in the wider world. When you leave your house, learning to share is important. Criar, which is to raise or, yes, to rear, to raise children. I was raised in the countryside, and so on. Me crié in Wiltshire. I grew up in Wiltshire. To raise or to grow up. To grow up. Okay? Me crié in pasar tiempo, obviously, key vocabulary. You can't write about this question if you don't have this vocabulary down. Okay? So, pasar tiempo, which is to spend time. So we're not translating literally, to spend. Spend time. Pasar tiempo. Pasar tiempo con la familia es fundamental. Pasar tiempo con la familia es fundamental para nuestro bienestar. That's a nice word. Bienestar. Bienestar, well-being. Okay? Convivir. I love this for you. Your family is your first reference. Okay? It's your first everything. If you think about it, your family, your mom and dad, they're your first teachers. Okay? Son nuestros primeros profesores. Really. So it's very important to spend time with them, and what they teach you will then determine who you become in life. Okay? So convivir is to live together with, okay, so to live with or to get along with. To live with or to get along with. It doesn't fit. So convivir also refers to how you get along with someone. Convivir con mi familia es difícil, okay? Living with my family or getting along with my family is difficult, for instance. Okay? I'm just giving you ideas, okay? Just giving you ideas, okay? Entender, not just in family, but in all the sections, is a key vocab. So to understand. I swear these people, all they do is drill the wall. I don't know how much drilling one person can do, but there you go. All right. Contar con. Contar con means rely on. Okay? You can rely on your family. Contar con. I love that. I was going to repeat that. I was. To rely on. Rely on. Okay? And apoyar, which is to support. Apoyar. Mi familia me apoya. Support. Okay? And I think it's done. It's going to start again. Comunicar, communicate, obviously this is a key one. And pelear, which is to fight. Now, these might start getting you to think of ideas to help you in this writing. Okay? And you might think, yeah, but they're not sentences. Don't worry. I've got some great sentences for you in a minute. Okay? So, actually, why not? I'm going to look at the sentences now. The first sentence I have for you is nos inculcan, so maybe you want to say your parents, nos inculcan valores importantes. So they instill important values. Valores. Values. They instill important values. So, por eso, for that reason, por eso es importante pasar tiempo con ellos. Okay? That's why it's important to spend time with them. Okay? Number 2. Ooh! I just skipped number 1 altogether. Okay, number 1. La familia es uno de los vínculos más fuertes que existe. Okay? La familia es uno de los vínculos más fuertes que existe. Okay? So, family is one of the strongest vínculo is links. Okay? It's one of the strongest links that exists. Okay? Or union. Links or union or there's another word I'm thinking of, and it's not coming. One of the bond. There you go. One of the strongest bonds that exists. So bond o link es vínculos, bonds. Okay. So family es uno de los vínculos más fuertes que existen. Por lo tanto, therefore, es importante pasar tiempo juntos. Okay? It's important to spend time together. Okay? Right. I'm going to go down to number 3 that I completely skipped before. Okay? Tiempo juntos nos une más. Okay? So time together makes us closer. Unir is to unite. Okay? Nos une, unites us. It makes us closer. It makes us bond more. Nos une. So tiempo juntos nos une más. So time together makes us closer. I love this one. So consider that. Now you might feel the need to reword these that I'm giving you. By all means, make the work your own. Okay? Nuestra familia nos enseña cómo prepararnos para el futuro. So our family teaches us how to get prepared for the future, how to be prepared for the future. Nuestra familia nos enseña cómo prepararnos para el futuro. I love that. So obviously, spending time together is important if we're looking at it like that, okay? Let's go down here so you can see it better, okay? Right. Okay. Can you see? Okay. So, podemos compartir experiencias. So, spending time together means that you can share your experiences. Maybe you come home and your parent says, how's your day been? Okay, you can tell, or when you haven't seen your family for a while, you share your experiences. What's been going on? What's been happening in your life? It's brilliant. Reírse. If you spend time together, you laugh together, which is one of the most important things because it's not life if we're not laughing. We need to laugh. It makes us happy. It is the food for our soul. So, for me, I laugh loads when I'm with my cousins. Most of the times they're just taking the mickey out of me, but that's okay. It's all right. I'll take it. Okay, number 6. Nos muestra la comunicación. So, spending time together, pasar tiempo juntos, nos muestra la comunicación. Cómo comunicarnos. Okay, it teaches us communication. Next, sentir cariño o amor. So, to feel. Cuando pasas tiempo con tu familia, te sientes cariño. Okay? You feel love. Cariño o amor. You can use either. Cariño is affection and amor is obviously love. So you can change that. You can change them around depending on what you want to say. Now, in today's world, we know that there is not as much contact as there was before. So at least we still have our family, and that is brilliant. So the more time we spend together, the more loved we feel, and I feel as though that is essential to be balanced people. We need love, and where do you get that from? The fountain of love in your family, of course. And so, that's where you learn it. That's where it comes from. And so, yeah, that's brilliant. Now, let's go over to look at some linking words. Okay, so your linking words. Now, we already know those linking words such as pero, porque, and all of those that you've seen over and over again. But why not try one of these? Por ejemplo, you've also seen that. So that's nice and easy. Por lo tanto, therefore. Por lo tanto, therefore. Okay, therefore. That's a nice one for you. Therefore. Okay? Sobre todo. Above all. Sobre todo. Above all. Okay? Aún así. Even so. Aún así. Or you might have seen this one as well. Ya que. Seen as. Okay? These words will help your text flow a little bit better. Just because it's not so robotic. Okay, so we're going to use that to flow from one sentence into another to make it sound a bit more fluid. Okay, right. Okay. I cannot believe I jumped this. I've got 2 expressions for you from this topic. Madre mía, ¿cómo he podido olvidarme? Madre mía is, oh my gosh. I can't believe, my gosh, goodness. Madre mía. Oh, de tal padre, tal hijo. Which means, like father, like son. Okay, so some important nouns, sustantivos, that you might find useful in your writing are these. Sangre, blood. La familia no es siempre sangre. Okay, so family is not always blood. You know, sometimes we have some good friends that are like family, isn't it? Isn't that true? Tell me that's not true. So sangre, blood. Okay, that's one you should know, blood. I'm left-handed, so I find it really hard to stay in this position. It'd be easier to go like this, but I don't want to block the board. Okay, vínculo, which we've seen before, which is bond. Vínculo, bond or link. But for family, bond is better. Okay, bond. Paciencia, patience. La paciencia. And if you're talking about an adjective, paciente, just changing the letter. Familia nuclear. Es importante pasar tiempo con la familia nuclear. So la familia nuclear is nuclear family. So, you know, the mom, the dad, and children. But also, la familia extendida. Because sometimes you find it easier to talk to perhaps cousins or aunts than you do your own parents. In many cases you find that, just because they're not so close to you and perhaps you can confide in them about certain things. Es importante pasar tiempo no solamente con la familia nuclear, pero también la familia extendida. Okay? So it's important to spend time not only with your nuclear family, but also your extended family. Okay? Los parientes. Los parientes, los relatives, your relatives. Okay? It's just as important for me to spend time with my relatives as it is my close family members. Okay? I laugh so much more with my cousins. I don't know why. Es importante pasar tiempo con la familia porque me hacen reír, pero vamos, mis primos me hacen reír día y noche, sin parar, non-stop. Okay, asunto de familia, family matters. Okay, so you know things that are kept in the family matters. It's all family stuff. Asunto de familia, family matter. This is a family matter. It has nothing to do with everybody else. Es un asunto de familia. Okay. Right, valores we've seen, which are values. Pasar tiempo con la familia nos enseña valores, nos enseña muchos valores. And the most important thing, respeto. Respeto es muy importante y eso se enseña en casa y con la familia. Okay? I feel as though honestly, the family prepares you for real life and life outside your house. All the values you learn in your house, you carry outside into the real world, you apply it, and you are a functional human being if you manage to apply the positive things that you learn at home. And so, how do you learn these things? Spending time with the people in your house. For me, especially the elderly, your grandparents, your great aunt or uncle, the older people, they teach us so much. So para mí es fundamental. These are good words for you to use. Esencial, essential, fundamental, fundamental. Es de gran, I was thinking in English is paramount, but you can use fundamental for paramount as well. Es crucial, es crucial. Es crucial pasar tiempo con la familia. ¿Por qué? And then you can choose something from this list. Remember, make a point, explain why, give reasons, and then in the conclusion, round it up by using synonyms to express what you've already said in the body. This is a piece of cake. You've got this. Good luck. And I know you've only got a few days to go, but I hope that at least I've helped you with the topic of why is it important. And yeah, let me know how you get on Thursday. And until next time. And please, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, do that down below. And Feliz Dia de la Madre. Today is Mother's Day in Spain, but I won't upload this till tomorrow. So see you later. Adios, chicos.